All right, so the next thing I want to do is actually animate my character. It looks kind of boring when it's just moving and floating around. So I want to create some animations here. So over here, I will, sorry, why is that not going away? Okay, let's create a new animation and we'll have this for walk down. Now, they have the actual assets here for creating our walk down animation. Like we could just grab this picture and then this picture and then this picture and this picture. However, they've already built out the animations as well, and they put those at the top here when you go to animation. So this will be our walk down animation right here. If I click this, this gives us all the frames that we need for walk down. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is our little animation for walking down. You see it's standing and then one leg up and then one leg in, you know. So you might draw your own if you're interested in that. I'm just going to use the built-in one. But there's also all kinds of other characters in MakeCode as well that you can use, but we're going to use this animation right here. So I have my walk down animation. It should be saved and everything. Now, how do I actually add that animation so that it will function when I walk down? Well, we want to use a controller event. So I'm going to say controller dot down dot on event, and we'll say controller button. We did this before, so hopefully this is maybe a refresher, but hopefully it's not completely unfamiliar. Now I'm going to use my arrow function. Now these are the actions that are going to take place when I press down on the controller, and we're going to use the animation namespace, and it has something a function called run image animation, and this takes 4 parameters. The first parameter is the sprite. So in this case, the sprite's going to be player sprite, so that's going to be referencing our player. Then the second one is going to be our animation frames. So we'll say assets dot animation, and then it's going to be walk down. Third parameter is going to be the interval. So how long between each frame, essentially, or how long the whole thing cycles. I think it's each frame. We'll do 200. We might have to speed it up. We'll see how it looks. And then finally, do we want to repeat the animation or not? And yes, we do. We don't want the animation just to happen once. We're going to have it happen multiple times, so we set that to true. Now if I go over to here and I start walking down, we can see the animation is working and it is just continuing, but let's look at the actual walking speed. It feels like I'm walking faster. This kind of feels like I'm still like I'm skating or something. So let's try reducing the interval down to 100 and see how that looks. That's a lot better. Actually, I like that a lot. That looks about perfect to me. It looks like I'm, walking at a solid pace. I'm doing stuff. I'm doing some exciting stuff. Okay, but the problem is I still keep moving when the controller, when I let go of the button, I'm still moving. So I want to stop the animation when I release the down button, but actually I want to stop it when any button gets released. Or I'd have to do one for each of these. So I'm not actually sure what's better, because I could have A/B action. So let's do it the easy way. I'm not going to worry that much about it. So we'll do it whenever all of the buttons are stopped. So we'll say any button, which we can actually do. We can do an action on any button, on event, and then controller button event, and then released. So when any button gets released, we run this function here, arrow function, and what do? Well, we want to stop all animation. So the way we do that is animation stop animation, and then animation types dot all. So it stops any animation that's going on, and then we say player sprite. We set that to our player sprite there. So now when I press down, it goes, and then I let go, it stops. I go back up. I haven't set the up one yet, but yeah, down it goes and then stops wherever we're at. And hey, that's totally fine with me. I don't really mind that. It'll work. That'll work. So now all we have to do is add more animations for each of the 4 directions. So we'll go ahead and add another one here. We'll say walk left. And we'll grab our left walking animation, which is I don't want the one with the weapon. We're not using weapons in this one. We're just going to use this one. Good. And then we'll add another one. And do it again. Walk right. There we go. Yes. Okay. Good. And one more. Walk up. Grab that one. Walk up is right there. And hey, we got all of our animation. So now all we have to do is add a few more of these. We're going to have to do one for each of them. So we'll paste this 3 more times. And we'll set the second one to up. And then we'll say walk up. And then we'll set this one to left. And then walk left. And then right. And walk right. And let's test all these directions now. Right, left, up, down. If I do 2 at the same time, it seems to prioritize whatever it wants. Whatever is most recently pressed, it looks like. So if you press 2, it takes whichever one was pressed second and prioritizes that. So like if I'm pressing up and then I press right, after I press up, then it's going to go with the right animation, and that's totally fine. If I press left and then up, it does the left animation. So we kind of get this skating effect when we're doing multiple buttons because we're releasing a button, right? So that's the only downside of using our button release thing here, right here. I believe it doesn't really matter. If we were to set it for all of these, it would still have the same thing. So I'm not going to worry about this. We could do some tweaking probably to make it perfect, but you know, this is good enough for me. This will be satisfactory for what I'm trying to do. So it'll be animated enough. There's going to be some skating around, but it's okay. No big deal. So we will continue on with the next one.